Good morning, Jaideep. Okay, I think we should start. Let's recap quickly. Okay. Only five. Anyway, we will continue. Let the others join as they wish. So we were going through the recipients of Bharat Ratna, and we have reached to uh, rather in day before yesterday's session we have considered till this particular slide. So on that day we have reached to the very first posthumously awardee of this particular award, and that was Lal Bahadur Shastri. Later on it was Indira Gandhi. I will just quickly going through these names. Already yesterday we have considered these as much we can. Then in 1975, you have come across Vivigiri, uh, belonging to Odisha. Basically, worked in the field of education. K. Kamraj, belonging to Tamil Nadu, known as the Kingmaker, in making Lal Bahadur Shastri as well as Indira Gandhi the Prime Minister of India. Mother Teresa, uh, belonging to West Bengal, uh, worked towards the leprosy and tuberculosis as well as AIDS. Vinoba Bhave, belonging to Maharashtra, closely associated with Mahatma Gandhi, uh, known for the Bhudan movement and having a title of Acharya, also Raman Maxis Award recipient. The first non-citizen of India, and that is, and then the next award is Abdul Ghaffar Khan, belonging to Pakistan, uh, widely known as Frontier Gandhi. So he was a follower of Gandhi, joined Khilafat movement. Then M.G. Ramchandran, belonging to Tamil Nadu, known as Thalaiva, revolutionary, had been the chief minister of Tamil Nadu and belonging to AIDMK. Then the all-time great Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, belonging to Maharashtra. Next, another non-citizen of India called Nelson Mandela, belonging to South Africa, who was influenced by Gandhian philosophy. Next, you can have Rajiv Gandhi, belonging to Uttar Pradesh. In 1991, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, belonging to Gujarat, right, the independence activist and the first deputy prime minister and the home minister, whose work towards princely states, dissolving the princely states to the Indian Union. Next, Morarji Bhai Desai, belonging to Gujarat, and he is the first Indian to be awarded by Nishane Pakistan, that is highest civilian award in our awards. It is equivalent to Bharat Ratna. Then Abul Kalam Azad, belonging to West Bengal, right, India's first Minister of Education. Later on, J.R.D. Tata, belonging to Maharashtra, right, industrialist, philanthropist, aviation pioneer, and having established these many different institutes. Satyajit Ray, belonging to West Bengal, have given identity to Indian cinema in the world. Also awarded by Dada Saheb Phalke Award, which is highest award in the cinema. Gulzari Lal Nanda, belonging to Punjab, independence activist and the first interim prime minister. Uh, Later on, Aruna Asaf Ali, belonging to Hyderabad, independence activist and hosting the flag in Bombay during the Quit India movement in 1942 was her one of the greatest things by which she is being known. Later on, you come the great scientist Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, belonging to Tamil Nadu. Different projects have been carried out, had been to the scientific advisor to the defense minister, had been the director of DRDO, later on become the president of India. Next, MS Subbulakshmi, belonging to Tamil Nadu, also the recipient of Raman Magsaysay, and who was the first Indian musician to be awarded with this one as well as with the Raman Magsaysay. Chidambaram Subramaniam, belonging to Tamil Nadu, the independence activist as well as the former Minister of Agriculture and great contributor towards green revolution of India. Jayaprakash Narayan, belonging to Bihar, independence activist, commonly referred as Lok Nayak, brought a total revolution movement. It was also called as JP movement, that is against the corruption. Amartya Sen, belonging to West Bengal, who is also recipient of Nobel Prize in the economic sciences, known for his social choice theory, ethics and philosophy, political philosophy, right, in the related to economics. Next one is Gopinath Boldroloi, belonging to Assam, independence activist, the first chief minister of Assam, and his efforts and association with the Home Affairs Ministry to keep Assam united with India, right, instead of merging it with the East Pakistan. Ravi Shankar, belonging to Uttar Pradesh, the Hindustani classical music, right, or you may consider the sitar player. Lata Mangeshkar, Maharashtra, right. You may consider, yes, she has also awarded with Dada Saheb Phake Award. Bismillah Khan, belonging to Bihar, Hindustani classical Shehnai player. Then Bhimsen Joshi, belonging to Karnataka, Hindustani classical vocalist. Sena Rao, scientist, belonging to Karnataka. Then here you can consider a point, right? I think yesterday I haven't told this one, right? But it is there. You can consider, see how many doctorates he had received, right? He is the recipient of honorary doctorates from 63 universities, including Oxford, Purdue University in USA, right? IIT Bombay, and who was expert in solid state materials chemistry, spectroscopy, different say sectors. Sachin Tendulkar, the first sports person, belonging to Maharashtra. Rest of the things you know. Madan Mohan Malviya, belonging to Uttar Pradesh, founder of Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha as well as Banaras Hindu University, BHU. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, belonging to Madhya Pradesh. You know, who had been elected 9 times to Lok Sabha and 2 times to Rajya Sabha, right, and served as Prime Minister of India for 3 terms. So next one is the Pranav Mukherjee, belonging to West Bengal, right? Uh, the Union Finance Minister. Then the later on he had become the president. And the second last one is Bhupen Hazarika, belonging to Assam. And at the last, you would come across Bhupen Hazarika was an playback singer, lyricist, musician, poet, and filmmaker for Assam. And at last, you would come across Nanaji Deshmukh, belonging to Maharashtra. So his great uh, his great work in the Sagar district of uh, Uttar Pradesh, which is on the border of Madhya Pradesh, where you can see a very great kind of contributions of Nanaji Deshmukh, who had been the leader of BJP, had also had been the member of Rajya Sabha. Right. So that's what we have considered in the yesterday's session. Now you can consider the next point, which is related to Padma Awards. I hope you know that there are altogether 3 Padma Awards which are being given away every almost every year as like Bharat Ratna, and as I say, it is as like Bharat Ratna, so its history is also as like Bharat Ratna. That is, it was suspended with Bharat Ratna in 2 times, and likewise, right? So three the Padma Awards are given in 3 categories. First is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Shri. So these are the frontal sides or the obverse of the medals of Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Shri. Fine. So one by one we can just go through, but that to be quickly. So how they look and what kind of ribbons are being used. So this is the Padma Vibhushan, right? You can see this is Padma Bhushan and this is Padma Shri. So here you can see the ribbon, right? No doubt all these ribbons are of pink colored, but here simply only a pink color. Here the ribbon is no doubt pink color, but middle is having a white strip, whereas in the last one, that is in Padma Shri's ribbon, though it is pink color, but it has 2 white strips on it, right? So pink, white, pink, right? Here pink, white, pink, and here simply pink. So these are the 3 Padma Awards, and for what they are given. So I have just summarized it in only one slide. No doubt we will be going for each of these. In fact, first one and second one, and then I would just say a statement related to the third one. So these awards have been instituted in the year of 1952, to be precisely on 2nd January 1954. So instituted in the year of 1954. They are given in 3 different categories as Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Shri. So Padma Vibhushan is being considered as the second highest civilian award of India after Bharat Ratna. Right? Padma Vibhushan is the India's second highest civilian award, which is being considered after Bharat Ratna. Uh, for what this is being awarded? So this is being awarded for exceptional and distinguished services. Right? So exceptional and distinguished services. So what else is associated with this that we will see in the next PPT, but here you can just as an introduction and the bottom line of all these three awards, that so 2 points about each have been put in this particular slide, and that would give you an idea, and that to be only remembered at least right? So exceptional and distinguished, these two words you can keep in mind for the service, right? Now this service can be have any kind of form that we will see shortly. Next one is Padma Bhushan, right? So this is the Padma Bhushan, this is the Padma Vibhushan, so which is India's third highest civilian award after Padma Bhushan, right? In fact, very first one is Bharat Ratna, the next one is Padma Vibhushan, uh, third comes as Padma Bhushan, and at the last or the fourth you may come as the Padma Shri. So it is being awarded for distinguished services of high order. Is there anything to ask? I think someone tried to talk. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is being awarded for the distinguished services of high order. See here, what words are there? Exceptional and distinguished. Here only the distinguished services of that to be of high order. Later on, you would come across the third Padma Award, right, which is India's fourth highest civilian award after Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, and Padma Bhushan. This is being awarded for the distinguished services. So here, exceptional, which was given away in this one, right? This was of high order. Again, it is given away in this one, right? So hierarchically, you may go like this way from bottom to top, right? Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and Bharat Ratna. Fine. Now see, one by one, we will go through these awards. Fine. So Padma Vibhushan. Now, as I said, it is being conferred for exceptional and distinguished service. But this would be without any discrimination, without distinction based on race, occupation, position, and gender. Right? To which race you are belonging, what occupation you do have, at what position you are, and of what gender you are, irrespective of all these four, if you have exceptional and distinguished service, then you would be eligible for Padma Vibhushan. But this service, criteria of this service include the service in any field, even including government servants. But only small sector is being excluded, and that is nothing but the public sector undertakings, PSUs, right? For example, BHEL, for example, the government's banks, right, such as Maharashtra Bank, then Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Bharat Electronics Limited, uh, Oil and Natural Gas Limited, ONGC, right? So such kinds of public sector undertaking, except such kind of public sector undertakings, that to be again in the public in these public sector undertakings, if you are doctor and scientist, then also you are able to receive, or you would be eligible to receive, right? But obviously thing is that your service should be exceptional and distinguished, right? Only the administrators of the public sector undertaking would be accepted, from the eligibility of this particular uh, say award. And this is not only true for Padma Vibhushan, but also it is true for Padma Bhushan as well as Padma Shri. Fine. So you may understand this particular point. Service in any field, including government servants, right? Only there are some exceptions that the people belonging to public sector undertakings would not be eligible. That to be right. These two categories would be exempted from the public sector undertakings. चाहे आप पब्लिक अंडर सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग्स में हो, लेकिन अगर आप डॉक्टर या साइंटिस्ट हो तो फिर भी आप पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग में होने के बावजूद भी एलिजिबल है, right? Only thing is that exceptional and distinguished service should be there. uh, as I said, it was started in 1954, precisely on 2nd January 1954, but there had been a modification amendment of this statute, which was brought in January 1955 in the next year. And that amendment allowed the posthumous confer of these awards. So itself in 1954, these were not being awarded posthumously, but later on, with the help of amendment, it was decided to confer posthumously. So modified in 1955. For this, who would be giving who would be providing recommendations? What is the mechanism? What is the process? So recommendations are being received from so many different institutes, right? You can consider now. Very first one is the states, even union territories, right? So states and all the union territories of the governments, uh, any of the states government or any of the union territories government can recommend the nominees for this particular award. Then the ministries of the government of India, central government, governments, ministries, which are also able to recommend, or they would be nominating the nominees for this award. Then the Bharat Ratnas, right? The earlier Bharat Ratnas can recommend the people or an individual for this award. Fine. Uh, Ruturaj Deshmukh, will you keep yourself on mute? Okay. So Bharat Ratnas can recommend the individuals for this award. The previous Padma Vibhushan award recipients are also eligible to recommend the individuals for this particular award. Right. Next, it comes to the institutes of excellence. And in India, there are some of the institutes of excellence. They themselves can recommend that individual for this award. The ministers themselves, the chief ministers themselves, the governors of state themselves, the members of parliament themselves, including private individuals, right? So these are the different, uh, let's say, recommendees who are able or who are eligible to recommend individuals, right? But why the minister or chief minister, right, or the member of parliament, right, would be recommending these people? So if you really see the exceptional and distinguished service, right, there should not be any doubt. Then and then an individual will go in recommending that particular person. Otherwise, it would be uh, not a good precedent. No, no, no. They are only recommending, Ritesh, right? So that doesn't mean that they would be simply if they just recommend and then they get awarded. No, there is committee. That committee also verifies these things, and then it is being decided. So that's what you can consider here. So these recommendations are being recommended during 1st May to 15th of September. So around, you may consider May, June, July, August, right? 4.5 months. And then after 15th of September, right, there is a Padma Awards committee, which is always being convened by Prime Minister of India, right? So that committee undergoes these recommendations and validate, right, verify these names whether they must be awarded or not, right? That undergoes, right. So this Padma Awards committee would be further looking into the recommendations. So recommendations is the very first instance, or recommendation is the very first step of these particular awards. So later on, the award committee award committee submits its recommendations to the Prime Minister. So whatever the recommendations coming before the Padma Award committee, and committee would go through all the details, right? Verify all the things, and then committee would further recommend the some of the names of that recommended names by these many ways to the Prime Minister, and then he would further recommend them to the President of India for approval. So how many recommendations? Very first one, second one, right? Then third one, and at the last by the President, right? So obviously at 4 stages there would be the cutting of these names would be possible, or it would be happening. These awards uh, are being announced every year on the Republic Day, and their names are registered in the Gazette of India. Right? Though the ceremony get finished, but unless and until the name of awardee is not being registered, printed in the Gazette of India, officially it is not considered as the uh, awardee. Right? So unless and until name comes in Gazette of India, it is not being considered as the awardee. So simply conferral of the award is not considered official without its publication in the Gazette of India. As like Bharat Ratna, or along with Bharat Ratna, all the Padma Awards have been also suspended twice, right, in 1977 to 80 and 1992 to 95. So you know the reasons, fine. So obviously the politicization of these awards was the reason, first time, and second time the same reason, but through the high courts. This itself was by the Prime Minister of India, right, during 1977 to 80. Uh, this award has been conferred, right, as of 2020. Till date, this has been bestowed on 321 individuals, right? So till date, there are 321 recipients. Initially or originally, how it was, right? This is the current obverse and reverse, but initially there was some differences. For example, the circle, there was this was circular in shape, as like here again you can see circular in shape, right? Of made up of gold gilt and having a size of 1 + 3/8 inches with rims on both the sides. And there was centrally a lotus flower even right now as well, right, embossed on its obverse, and the words Padma Vibhushan are written. Now you can have here Padma and Vibhushan, which are above and below the lotus flower. There had been a floral wreath embossed along the lower edge, right? Here it was the floral wreath, right? The and the lotus wreath at the top along the upper edge. At the reverse, emblem of India was placed with the words called Desh Seva. Right? So here the word Desh Seva. And then the middle was suspended by a pink ribbon, right, which was of 32 millimeter, having been divided into two equal segments by a no, it is not, I think, for Padma Vibhushan. It's simply only the pink colored, right? And further, there had been uh, some of the designs which have been modified, right? So design has been modified, right? So current its current shape is obviously circular, but it is now made up of bronze stone medallion, right? Having the dimensions as 44 millimeter in diameter, 3.2 millimeter in thickness. Centrally, there had been placed a outer lines of the square, right? So whatever the you can see the outer lines of, right? सीढ़ियों जैसा एक पार्ट दिख रहा है, right? So ऊपर जा रहा है, फिर नीचे आ रहा है, फिर नीचे जा रहा है, फिर ऊपर आ रहा है, kind of that particular thing, instead of the wreath, lotus wreaths or the flower wreaths, right? Which is embossed with a knob carved within catch of the outer angles. There had been a raised circular space of 27 millimeter in diameter, which is placed at the center of decoration. Then on obuas, centrally lotus flower you can see, right, as you can you have seen it, and which is being embossed, and then the words in the Devanagari script have been inscripted as Padma Award, that particular lotus flower, and the Vibhushan below it, right? On its reverse, the emblem of India is placed in the in with the national motto. Now it is Satyamev Jayate, right, which is being inscribed on the lower edge, right? So that's what happened after modification. The ream, the edges, and the embossing on the side is of the uh, say golds with the text called Padma Vibhushan of silver gilt. So the word silver, the word Padma Vibhushan is of silver gilt, right? So the material used for embossing this inscription, right, in Devanagari called Padma Vibhushan, which is silver gilt, and the rest of it is about the gold. Right? This is being suspended by a pink ribbon of 32 millimeters, right, in the width, and these are being produced or manufactured at Alipo Mint, as I said, along with Bharat Ratna, right? It is at Kolkata. This is being okay. That's what the first one you can consider. The second one you would come across is the Padma Bhushan, which is being conferred for distinguished service of high order without distinction of race, occupation, position, and gender, right? The same things which are also applied, or the criteria for Padma Vibhushan, right? And again, in this you may consider the services, right, in the field of government, same things, right? uh, as it was also not being conferred posthumously, but with the amendment in 1955 it started awarded posthumously. Then the recommendations are received from as like the same for Padma Vibhushan, right? Then these recommendations again during 1st May to 15th of September, and this is being applicable for all the three Padma awards, right? So then it goes before Padma Awards committee, then it would verify it and further recommend it to the Prime Minister of India, and he would seek the final approval of it by the President of India. These awards, which are being announced every year on Republic Day, and the awardees' names are being registered in the Gazette of India. So unless and until their names are being registered in the Gazette of India, the bare conferral of the award is not considered official. right? So again, as like Bharat Ratna and Padma Vibhushan, this had been also suspended, right, during these 2 years, twice in its entire history. Uh, as of 2020, this has been bestowed to 1,270 individuals, which includes 24 posthumous and 97 are the non-citizen recipients. For example, I would say, as far as Padma Vibhushan is concerned, last year, one of the non-recipients have been awarded this particular award, and that is the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, right, who had been conferred with the Padma Vibhushan last year only. So likewise, there are some of the non-citizen recipients you would come across, and obviously, among these total individuals, you would be having posthumous confer of this award as well as the uh, non-citizen recipients. Right. I would skip this one. Uh, Further, its design was modified, but currently you do have a circular-shaped bronze medal, dimensions as you see here. Again, centrally placed, the same things, right? As like almost same things like the Padma Vibhushan, right? Sorry, here the word Vibhushan is as it is. Right, here again. So now only slight change here is that Padma is obviously that. Only thing is that instead of Vibhushan, now that is being replaced by the Bhushan, right? So Padma, Bhushan. Rest of the things are exactly same, right? Its reverse is having emblem, the state emblem of India, right? Having been along with the national motto called Satyamev Jayate inscribed, right, in the, but that to be in the Devanagari script, fine. So it's a white gold, right? The material is white gold. There it was white gold material, but the word Padma Vibhushan was written by the silver gilt. Here it is written by the gold gilt. So that is the difference. It's simple differences. Instead of Vibhushan, the Bhushan and the material, right? So these are the only two things. The rest of the design is same. Another difference is it is being suspended by a pink ribbon, right? Having a white strip at its middle. Fine. So that is only the difference. You may have pink ribbon and white strip at the middle on that particular pink ribbon. Again, manufactured at Alipo Mint, right, which is at Kolkata. And at the last, you would be knowing that is Padma Shri. So instead of this particular word, right, called Padma Bhushan, here you would be having a Padma Shri. And the pink ribbon having two white strips. So it becomes now pink, pink strip, white strip, pink strip, white strip, and pink strip. So five different parts you would be having, right? Its dimensions are like again like this one, fine. So that's what the simple change you will be coming across. Just to summarize, right, or to see some of the other awards, right, here I have just put them. So whatever we have considered, wartime gallantry awards, right, PVC, MVC, and VC. Then peacetime awards, AC, KC, and SC, right. Now, apart from these, there would be addition of the Bharat Ratna as well as the Padma Awards. Now, apart from all these, one more thing you may come across, that is the wartime or peacetime service awards. See, these are the service awards. Keep in mind, right? Wartime and peacetime. So, Sena Medal for Army, Nausena Medal for Navy, and Vayu Sena Medal for Air Force. Further, there are distinguished services which are called wartime distinguished services. That's what uh, Sarvottam Yudh Seva Medal, Uttam Yudh Seva Medal, Yudh Seva Medal, right? And at the last, you would be coming across peacetime distinguished services, which are called Param Vishist Seva Medal. Uh, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal and Vishisht Seva Medal. So whatever the medals you do see on the left chest of any of the officers or the soldiers of any rank in across the Indian Armed Forces. So they all would be falling either in all. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus the 6, right from PVC to Shaurya Chakra plus 3 Padmas plus Bharat Ratna, right? So these are the different awards you would be coming across. So just let's go through wartime, peacetime service awards as Sena Medal, Nau Sena Medal, and Vayu Sena Medal. So Sena Medal, which is being conferred for the soldiers of any rank in the Indian Army, right? So it is being awarded to the members of army for all the ranks. For what? For individual acts of exceptional devotion towards duty or the courage. Now, such devotion or duty must have special significance, right, through the point of view of army. Only such kinds of individual acts of exceptional devotion and bravery or courage are being awarded by the Sena Medal, right? So one of the most prestigious awards for any of the officer or any of the person of any of the rank across army is Sena Medal, right? It was established on 17th of January 1960 by President of India. This is being awarded posthumously, and if it is awarded twice, right, as like the PVC and the MVC, right, or one of the MVCs already we consider there are 6 recipients of MVC who have been awarded twice, right. Likewise, it can be awarded twice, right. In that case, only bar will be authorized instead of the say another medal, right? So for bar is authorized for subsequent awards. Provision is that it can be awarded twice or more than once simply, right? And that to be posthumously again. It can be awarded for gallantry, which can also be for distinguished service carried out by that particular soldier, but not in the face of enemy. And that's the reason why it is called as wartime oblique peacetime, right? So if you are in the battlefield or away from the battlefield, right, still you would be considered for this one. Therefore, this medal also serves as a sort of general commendation medal for Indian Army, right? General commendation, right? So this is you can consider the basic information. How does it look? It looks obverse, right? This is obverse and this is reverse. Fine. And this is the ribbon. Here you can clearly see white color having a white strip. So what are the details of this? So it's circular in shape, made up of silver, right? Having a bayonet, right, pointed upwards, right? So here you can see the bayonet pointing upwards. On the reverse, there is a standing soldier with the words written above the Sena medal, right? And a ribbon which is of 32 millimeter of red color having a white central strip, right? So medal is being suspended to this particular ribbon or strip, right, with these dimensions. There had been a stipend which was started in 1999, though award initiated in 1960, right? uh, mm, Only 250 rupees, which was later on revised to 2000 rupees, right, monthly, a monthly stipend of 2000 rupees currently for these awardees. It is preceded by Veer Chakra and subsequently, and further it precedes Vishist Seva medal. So when we will be seeing these medals at that time, again, I would, after seeing all these things, I would be putting their order of precedence, how all these medals are being placed, right? Which medal will be placed where, and how you can fix out their positions, right? Next one is the Nau Sena medal. You would have this one for Indian Navy. The things are same as like the Sena medal, right, which is being again established on the same, right. So all these three medals are established on same day, being awarded posthumously, and subsequent can be there is a provision to be awarded more than once, right. Uh, Again for the gallantry, right, in the presence or in the wartime or peacetime. So how does it look? So it's obverse and it is reverse, right? Having connected to or having suspended to a ribbon, right, of the dark blue navy. So it's a pentagular. Oh, here's something there is a mistake. So it's a pentagular shaped, right? Here you can see a pentagular shaped with a curved sides. Its sides are curved, right? Made up of silver, right? Having embossed a naval crest. So this is the naval crest on the obverse. On the reverse, right, it has a trident within the circle, right? Trident within the circle and a rope and inscription. In fact, it is no Sena medal, right? I could have, here's he, no Sena medal, right? Ribbon 32mm navy blue color having a white strip, right? In fact, it is silver white strip. Again, same precedence will be followed here. And last one is the Vayu Sena medal, right? Related to Air Force, or members of Air Force, same things, same things. Here only the difference is that though it was initiated in 1961, but first time it was given away in the 1961. Right? So can be awarded posthumously. Gallantry can be considered. How it looks. So Vayu Sena medal, right? So here you do consider this particular point. It looks like this, right? So obverse, it has a 4 star, right? Silver star. So 4 here you can see the 4 pointed stars, right? So made up of silver with the points which are shaped like lotus blooms, right? So lotus blooms you can consider. And at the center you do have a national emblem, right, which is surrounded by the flower wreath. On the back or its reverse, you do have Himalayan eagle, right, with its wings spread and the legions or the words inscribed in Hindi, Vayu Sena medal above and below this eagle. Right. It has a strip of 30mm, right, alternating 2mm diagonal strips of the orange saffron, right? So here you can consider the strip. So obviously same thing, right? So this is what you can have as far as these awards are concerned, right? So that's it from this side. If you wish to know more or add something or comment on, now you are free to do so. Anything which you would like to know or comment on?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, this Sena medal can be given to the soldier after retirement.
No, because after retirement there would be no what you can
Sir,
say.
on
Hmm?
when he was on his service and he do something for country or that,
Yes.
and after he retire, they realize and then they can.
Yes, this yes, I was going towards this amendment, right? So इतना हो सकता है कि जैसे मानिए अभी किसी की रिटायरमेंट 30 जून 2021 को है, ठीक है, फिलहाल अभी आने वाले कुछ दिनों में, और उसने अभी आगे जितने भी दिन बचे हैं उसमें जैसे मानिए 20-25 तारीख के आसपास उसने अगर कोई ऐसा काम कर लिया जिसकी वजह से ही वुड बी एलिजिबल फॉर दिस मेडल, तो वो एक्सेप्शन जरूर है और वो होता है. फाइन, दैट वुड बी डेफिनेटली.
Okay, sir.
यस. ओके, एनीथिंग एल्स?
And sir, this medal is wear like a badge or
ये मतलब कैसे पहना जाता है इसके बारे में
yes,
पूछ रहे
sir.
हैं? ओके. Yes, as like other medals, it is also, but it all these medals are having their own precedence, order of precedence, right? को किस मेडल को कहाँ लगाना है, कैसे लगाना है, ये सब डिसाइडेड है. ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
हाँ. Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. If nothing else, then I would stop here. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.